Alright, well, we might have jumped the gun a little bit since we stopped recording. Some things had happened. So welcome back to the shit show. The gearhead in me kind of got out of hand. The snowball effect of, while we're in there,
we might as well.
No, on a serious note, is we were going to do a polished transmission and some ceramic bearings, but unfortunately, some things had happened. So while we were in there, I figured I might as well change the spark plugs on the motorcycle since the bike has like 400 miles. It's ran some race fuel, and I've never done them. So I went to go do spark plugs, and 2 of them came out. No problem, as they should. 2 of them did not want to come out at all. And I didn't want to risk pulling the threads and breaking the spark plug off, which I've had that happen before. So we took the head off and sent the head to KWS to have them fix it. Unfortunately, that really snowballed. So while we're here, I guess we can show, that's the clutch. These are the pistons of the HP4. Some scoring going on here with these 2 center ones. Not too sure what that's all about. It's kind of weird. It's only the 2 centers, not in the outers. So we're doing a partial built motor here. Yeah. Let's take this off. I guess we can show everyone the internals of an HP4, which aren't that crazy, but so we're not gonna do a stroker motor. We're gonna do a stock crank, which is already factory lightened. What we're gonna do is stock crank, so stock stroke. The HP4 already has pentacle rods that are lightweight pentacle rods. We're gonna use those, and we're gonna bore the cylinders out. They're gonna go to Millennium. They're gonna bore the cylinders out to the size of the piston that we got, and they're gonna recoat the piston, the cylinder walls, because they're factory coated. Can't just run a piston inside a aluminum sleeve cylinder, so they're gonna be recoated. And we were gonna do a 3mm motor. So what that would be is the piston is 3mm bigger than it is factory. Kevin at KWS did not suggest doing that. So he didn't suggest that. CP is who we're getting the pistons from. They also didn't recommend doing a 3mm. They said to do a 2mm piston. So we are doing a stock stroke, stock crank, stock rod, partial built motor. 2mm, 2-ring piston, slipper piston. And that's going to be, so we'll do the 2mm pistons, polished trans, ceramic bearings throughout the whole motor. And while the head is off, obviously, getting the spark plugs taken out, I didn't feel like doing it, and I already knew I was sending the head out to be refreshed anyways. So what we're going to do is CNC port the intake and the exhaust ports of the head, new valve guides, seats, stock valves, the head for the HP4 is already basically built. They just didn't CNC port the head. So basically that's all I'm doing. It's stock cams, stock valves are already titanium, intake and exhaust. The retainers are, everything's already done. It's got coated pistons, or coated valves, coated stainless rocker arms. It doesn't really need anything. But while we kind of just shut the camera off, here we are now. So while it's only been 8 days, I took the transmission out, and here it is. It's all laid out. We're going to reassemble it here on camera for you guys. So the transmission, we had it cut and polished. If you guys are looking to have your transmissions done, today we just got it back. It's literally been 8 days since it left my house and has gotten back. The dudes at, well, it's not dudes. I think it's one dude. One dude, Bob, at New England Gear Polishing, NEGP. They do all my transmission stuff. You can see they do a great job. It's all labeled. Even the spacers, they do a wonderful job. It's a little dirty. It's probably got coat and stuff on it, but they do all the internals of the transmissions. They even do the sprocket if you send it with them. So let me grab some stuff and get all this planned out. Get some oil and my little diagram that I have saved on my phone, and we'll come back and we'll start assembling this. let's get this gear set back together here. What we'll do is, I got the gears lined up how they should go. I got the shaft, I got the bearings, get some oil over here. Basically, you have C-clips that sit in between each gear that lock them in place, and you got these little geared washers. Alright, what we're going to do is use some oil. It's 2 bearings that sit on here. What I like to do is, in reverse order, I always take photos. I looked at the diagram, I have it also, but basically just how it started, and then each time I take something apart, which direction it goes in. Very simple. So now we'll go to the last one, work our way back. I already remember how it kind of goes, so we'll take this. These are both the exact same. So we'll do, just put a little bit of oil on it. It's kind of cool out there, separated too. Needle bearing, pop it in right there. And then the first gear is this one. Doesn't really matter, but I like to a little bit of assembly gear. Bingo. And you see there'll be a little lock washer. Pretty sure it was a lock washer, and then there was, yeah, see, so there's a, you see there's a lock washer, and then there's a one on each side of it. So see, there's 2 right there. There's a bunch of them. So what we'll do is we'll take one of these. Like that. And for this shaft, take the C-clip. So, shitty thing with these C-clips are, there's no real way to grab onto them. They're horribly designed. I personally think these are some of the worst C-clips in history. Boop. And this one's even easier. Boop. Okay, 1 gear. Oh, you got fuzzy. Okay. No problem. Have to clean all this after I assemble it and put it back on. Like this. So it's on there. And then this one doesn't get a C-clip or anything. This is the center one. Does get a washer though. Boop. Okay. And the last one washer here. Washer goes like that. This bearing on. That on here. I don't think there's any washer on this one. That's why it's better to take photos and looking at those tiny little diagrams that they have for these assembly diagrams. They're pretty, I mean, sometimes you can't even tell the difference between a gear and which gear is which. They have part numbers on them, but after you have it polished, 9 times out of 10, the part numbers are gone. So yeah. Take photos, measure the gears, it's easier. Boom, bingo. Throw this last one on here. There's this washer right here. And then one last C-clip here. Oh. Bingo. We got one of these. These should be the brown shafts. I'll put this on here. All right, second shaft going together. Large shaft, big shaft. The one she tells you not to worry about. Oops, did I say that out loud?
Sorry.
Alright.
It looks the same both ways though.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks are deceiving though. See the chamfer on this side? This side is actually probably going to be for the dog gears. There's a link in here, so those don't go in the way. That's why. If I had it the other way, it probably wouldn't. See it? See it's chamfered? This one is not as big as that side.
Oh yeah, it does look right to the photo.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then we got one of these. We have to overlay some music in here because I feel like this is going to take a while.
You got slippies on. Yeah. Look at mine. I got the dogs.
Working on an HP4 race transmission in slippies. This is 10 times easier than a diagram. Sitting there trying to look at a little photo of a diagram or printing out. I'm good. I'll take photos. Quicker that way too. Ooh.
Yeah, whip it up.
Oh gosh.
The gear. Gosh.
This is such a good fit. Jesus.
That's tight.
Another washer. I love that out of everything that I've done so far, the transmission was the fastest thing to get done and get back. And that's originally all I wanted to do was a transmission and bearings. So many people are going to be in the comments, why are you doing it with a clip tool like that? Because I can. You want to do it your way, go ahead and do it. Okay, yeah, this one slides freely. Locks in here.
So what's the purpose of polishing a transmission? Does it grab better?
No, it spins freely and less resistance.
Gotcha.
Next up, black bearing. When I start talking is when I start messing stuff up.
That's okay.
But normally when I assemble these, I assemble them with WD-40, but just so everything's cleaner and easier. But I'm out. I used it all.
You could have stopped at the store and grabbed some.
Honestly, I forgot. 10 out of 10. Don't recommend. C-clip washer, which should be this one. Doop. Be nice to me.
It hurt.
Oh. I squirted oil in my eye. There should be another one of these. That.
I like the sound effects.
Okay, yep. Got the last one here. Should be this one. So this goes on here. And we got this washer right here. Should go right here. I realistically I don't need the instructions anymore, but this goes here. And it should be this last gear. Should go this way, if I'm correct. Got the big washer. Should go here. And this should be a bearing afterwards, which that bearing is the last one that I am waiting on to be coated from Micro Blue. So you grab this gear, and it spins both the whole shaft. See how they work?
Yeah.
They lock each other in from the shaft. Slide this way. Cool. So I'm waiting on 2 bearings for this shaft. I think I'm waiting on another bearing for this one. This shaft should go like this. This goes here. Alright, that goes like that. So we got this seal, it goes here. That goes here. This goes here. The bearing that's supposed to go here, so this visual here is kind of difficult to see. Anyways, I got the bearing that'll go here. That's it right here. And I got the seal, which also will go on there. And the grommet goes. This goes this way to cover that seal, like so. So that goes there like that. As you can tell. And then this seal sits on here, like so. Oops. That seal goes there. And then this also goes on here. Then you got the sprocket that goes on. Goes like that. We put the nut and stuff on it. Okay. I don't remember this little tiny C-clip goes. Oh yeah, the bearing, tiny bearing that I'm waiting on. All set and assembled. We have both gear sets on both shafts. These are all done. You have these for the forks. These are the fork sliders. Two go on the large shaft. The small one goes on the small one. This is the gear selecting drum. This is all set. I'm waiting on a titanium bolt for this that I bought, and a bunch of other titanium. But for now, this is where we're getting. Transmission's all back together and assembled, ready to go in the case, but I can't put anything in that case because that's the bottom case. Transmission doesn't sit in that, it sits in the upper. Now we're waiting for the head to come back. I ordered pistons, those are no ETA, so kind of at a standstill right now, and well, this is it. So everyone, see you to the next one.